Broadcasting from the jungles of Southeast Asia, it is time for the Ed Namrok Podcast.
So check this out. Today I riffed on kind of like a song dedicated to Gavin Newsom and Mayor Eric Garcetti. And it goes a little something like this. This song is for Gavin Newsom. This song is for Eric Garcetti. You don't want us to go anywhere but home. But we're all alone. I need somebody to eat turkey with and get fucked up, Gavin. Come on, man. This bottom ain't gonna drink himself, motherfucker. God damn you guys, man. I'm just like, I don't know. They're like my stepdads that I never ever wish to have. That's exactly how I'm treating them. Like they keep telling me not to do stuff, and I'm gonna defy them. And that's the example I keep using with the state of California. Keep telling us not to do shit. And what do you think we're gonna do? We are gonna defy your ass. We're gonna keep our restaurants open. We're gonna spread all that mucus all over the place. Sadly, that's the bad part. But nonetheless, I hope everyone is hanging in there. It's still tough. We need to stick with this together. But at the same time, I encourage this more than anyone. Start a companionship with someone. Because after reading a couple things about the Okinawans, for example, how do they live to be so goddamn, they're centennials, man, sometimes, most of the time. And a lot of it had to do with companionship, like not only their diet, of course, and the quality of life that they live out there, but making friends, developing a relationship, which is really hard, and keeping it persistently, like together with the same group of people or the same friends. Because it's a fact, man. You sometimes, I know I have, I could only count my real long-term friends with maybe two hands. I don't know. But the rest have been in the shred bin of shit that I just didn't need anymore. And I'm sure everyone goes through this. So Courtney Moyers, damn you. All the time. Anyway, bringing back the homies back on the podcast because I don't know. It's like riding a bike with Whit and Roger's trying to get his life together over there because he can't fucking find anything to post his goddamn phone. But it's nice to always have you guys on,
I'm having problems,
especially when something new comes on. And first and foremost, Roger, let me shout this out. Let me see, say something, Roger.
You got me using my phone here, fucker.
It's fucking amazing because your internet sucks or something's wrong with your computer after fucking missing class for one day for not having a Google browser.
Dude, it's your stupid computer you gave me, man. Fuck that.
Wait, true story. I gave him a computer.
Specifically for
I gave him an
podcasting.
iMac, a 2009 iMac with an i5, Intel 5, like 16 gigs of RAM.
But I had to fucking hack it so I could put Catalina on it.
Wait,
and now
it fell off the truck.
Yeah.
And I just took it to his house.
I have a few bases that fell off the truck.
Fucking Google Chrome doesn't work on it anymore, so everything's all
it was like
up.
some bullshit.
And I'm gonna try the computer again because I am not gonna sit here for a fucking hour holding my phone up because
it doesn't have a stand for it. He has everything else for his. God damn you, man.
Shit for this thing. I don't use my phone for this kind of bullshit.
Oh my God. Just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I've known Roger since 1994.
I'll be right back. Just give me a minute.
But,
I'll be right back.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. So he'll be back. I want to shout this out first and foremost because I am excited from my homie Whit right here. And did Roger get his life together? Let me see.
That's better. It's working now.
Okay. You're a little bit delayed.
But it's better than holding my phone up.
Chooks, what's up? You got to do the little mystery laugh. Well, that's it. If you suck, then whatever. By the way, Whit is going to debut a podcast.
Yes, I am.
And
I'm starting a new podcast. Hopefully, in a few weeks. Actually, I'm getting everything together right now. So
it's awesome. I really like his layout, like his format. What is it? It's right on his name tag right there. The 5 foot Viking. And he has the social media handles for it. So I'm going to put it up on the screen for everyone.
Oh, sweet.
Follow on IG.
That's awesome. Thank you.
At the 5 foot Viking. Now, it ain't that hard to follow because you guys are on your goddamn phones all day anyway. Like, fuck. I know.
You can't live without him now.
Think about that. What percentage of the time you think you're on your phone?
You know what's crazy? I mean, don't you have that thing where if you swipe to the notification side that you can actually look and see how much time
your screen time
and where it's been spent?
Yeah. And, I have mine disabled, so I don't know.
I remember checking that like a year ago, and I spent, obviously I spent a lot of time on social media because of, promoting the band and doing things mostly for like Steel Rod and for my police tribute and for stuff like that. But there was also a lot of stuff on emails, a lot of stuff on, so like I can break it down. But then as soon as the shutdown started happening, yeah. I remember seeing like 6 hours today was on Instagram. I was like, why did I spend so much time?
It breaks it down by app?
Oh, well, yeah. I think if you look under the settings, so like you look under it, it says like, 6 hours on social media. Then you can break it down from social media, how much time you spend on emails or this or that. So, and I just realized my time was, I'm like, okay, I'm not being very effective with my time at that. But now when you think about it, everything that we're doing now is online.
Hey, Manny burned you, bro.
Man.
It was a lot of porn.
Why do you got to throw my business out there like that, bro?
Mike, what's up? When can me and Red Corn be on? Just saying. You guys need to tell me because you guys need to, tag team like the Heart Foundation and tell me when you want the title shot. Know what I'm saying? But shout out to Iron Mike and John Redcorn. That's what he calls Jonathan. Tyson and Redcorn show. Nonetheless, dude, like, I disabled mine just because I just didn't want to know and have a conscience about it. But
you're on it almost all the time. Come on.
No, I'm in front of a computer a lot more instead of my phone.
But it's the same thing.
Well, of course, but let me ask you guys this question, knowing that if there's a comfort of difference, as we just noticed with fucking Roger right now.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a level of comfort where, like, for example, 5 foot Viking has its fucking helm. It has it's even if it's like in the corner of your kitchen, dude. Mm-hmm. When you step in there, it's a whole different, like it's subjected to your brain, creating like an imaginary space for you to fucking get in the zone, which is called a flow state. I don't know if you know what that is, Roger.
I know what it is, dude.
Okay, flow state is when you're on a roll. Doesn't matter where you're at.
You're zoned in.
Fucking yeah. That's kind of what he accomplished with this whole upcoming podcast.
Well, it's what I'm trying to do. I'm not fully accomplished yet.
There's no try.
I'm getting there step by step. I'll be all 100. I've learned everything from you, like literally anything that has to do with a podcast. I've tried watching some other podcasts and stuff, and it's cool, but like literally, I think actually I kind of maybe let's jump into this world real quick. Me and you have been friends for a long time, but I think that if anything good came out of the shutdown, or one thing that was good that came out of it, I think that our friendship has strengthened so much because of the shutdown, because we're not allowed to go out, we're not allowed to do this, so we've been spending a lot of time chatting, podcasting, picking each other's brains,
hence what I just mentioned at the beginning. It's like, even if you don't have, what I'm trying to say is, if you already have a friendship, try to maximize it as much as possible during this time, And that's exactly what's happened with you. And then for me and Roger, I mean, we've known each other so long, it's like riding a bike. But for you, like that exact kind of like troubleshooting that we went through together.
Yeah, and
I'm
still
like,
go
okay.
to.
But he props to you, dude. You fucking appreciate it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like
Big
me and
time,
Roger
dude.
worked in customer service for so goddamn long, and not one thank you for setting up their goddamn BlackBerry 8832 or whatever.
No, I think I came to you for when you were at Singular.
Yeah, to get rid of some dirty laundry.
I had to get off of my girlfriend's plan at that time.
And I had the codes.
Yeah. And then you ended up getting me on, what was that? The Razor. The original, like the Razor.
the Razor.
You paid nothing, dude. You know that, right?
That was awesome.
Wow.
Because we were just trying to sell a goddamn phone out of a Mexican supermarket, dude.
That was a great
god. Look at this. Who is that? Oh my god. Flaco looks like something out of like, I don't even know. Like a catalog, like a fake catalog.
He looks like no, Flaco's I
Midget
think what
Viking perfected his Morrissey singing skills during the shutdown.
Wow, that dude. He looks like a broke ass 5-foot Viking.
Like if you ordered him from Wish, bro.
Like
what? Hey, I use Wish. Wish is pretty cool, dude. Wish is pretty cool.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Wish is pretty cool. Why is it cool? Tell me. I've heard nothing but bad things about Wish, and it's still booming as a business.
Dude, you have to look. You have to like hunt. Like you have to search in there, and you'll find.
Who the fuck wants to hunt for so? Well, I mean, I know bargain shoppers like to hunt, but not. Dude, what you should be hunting for is books, so you can get educated like Mr. Arizona State right here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got my books right here.
Oh shit!
Right
Let me
here,
see.
Look at that Amazon rental. Fucker, look at. I had to rent that shit from Amazon.
Whit, by the way, Roger will have his bachelor's
Friday.
This Friday coming up.
Next Friday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Oh man, dude, I never thought I would finish that shit. But
do you get to how does that work right now with 2020 and shutdowns? Like, are you gonna be able to walk?
No, there's not going to be like a ceremony, which sucks because of the whole, pandemic stuff. But what they want to do is hopefully once everything, calms down, and if that happens sometime next year, they're just going to get the other classes together and then just put them all in one big room and say, oh,
yeah,
these guys are the graduating class of so and so and so and so, and just do something. But in the meantime, I think I'm just probably going to get the actual documentation in the mail or something, or I got to go pick it up.
Where are you graduating from?
It's called ATI College. It's
ATI? Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of like technical school, but it's not.
Yeah, kind of like a DeVry.
It is accredited. They got accredited like almost a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So they introduced this program, and I stuck to it, and I just kept going. So honestly, I've been there for it'll be 3 years this February.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's gonna be cool. I can't wait.
Oh, look at Chuk said. Chuk said, "Did you look like that meme of Shrek selling phones?" Actually, yes, 100%. Have you seen that meme going around, Roger?
Which one?
How fools look like when they work at how Mexicans look when they work at T-Mobile.
Yeah.
No.
And oh man, you got to see it. I mean, I'll pull it up, but it's so like as soon as I saw it, I didn't even laugh because I'm like, that's true.
The only thing I remember of us, the only thing I do remember about a Shrek joke was when we were at Radio Shack, and there was a picture of Manuel and Freddie.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so that's kind of reminiscent of this, right? And have you seen the meme? Whit?
No.
Wait, have you seen the meme?
I've seen it.
Okay, let me show it to Roger real quick because he hasn't seen it. So look at that. Why do all the Mexican fools who work at T-Mobile look like this? LMFAO, LMAO, whatever.
Oh my God, you know who that looks like? I don't want to say a name, but you know who that looks like.
Fucking say it. It looks like this guy, obviously from T-Mobile. His name's Carlos.
So, as soon as I saw, okay, Pete. I'm gonna tell you, we call him Pete.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, it's internally funny for us because we worked in that fucking business, and oh man, we can go on forever with that. But okay, so let me let Whit give us context as to what we're about to watch, and thank you, Whit, for sharing this. He did. What is this considered, like an assignment?
Yeah. So when I was at Golden West Community College,
Yeah.
my goal was to get my bachelor's in communications from Cal State Fullerton. After I graduated and I got my AA in I think it was like business something rather,
Business administration or whatever.
business administration or business technologies or something. When I looked into going to college, it was just too expensive. And to be honest,
Yeah.
I wasn't really going to college to get a degree so I can take the degree and go get a job. I was more after the knowledge behind it so I can apply it to my own business. So I
Right.
treat Steel Rod and all the bands that I work with as my business. So any knowledge that I gain, I can just further myself. So I just decided, you know what, I'm okay with AA. That's fine. Hey, I graduated. It's a good goal. And then 2020 hits, and I've got an
Yeah.
awful lot. And like I was just saying, I was spending a lot of time on social media, and some of it was to promote, but not much because all of our
Yeah.
shows got canceled. So I just realized I had a lot of time, a lot of downtime, and I figured time's going to go by anyways. So what better time to go back to school than when I have time to actually do some stuff? So hey, what's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. So I decided I talked with a couple friends, and I think I have a natural talent for marketing. So
Yeah.
I wanted to somehow tie communications with marketing, and I reached out to my guidance counselor from Golden West. His name is Damian Jordan, a fantastic individual. He kind of steered me towards Arizona State because they had an online program for a major that's called interdisciplinary studies, which is basically a bachelor's degree with two focuses. So I've already accumulated all of these credits towards communications. So now for interdisciplinary studies, I concentrate on communications and sales and marketing. So it's a kind of a dual.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty cool. So this class that I'm taking, this is my first semester at a big boy college, and so I'm
I like to go to school.
and I went ham. Like I got I'm like, hey, I'm going to
You've
university.
been watching the Pac-12.
I've been
games,
watching the
dude, on
Pac-12 games.
Saturdays.
I got my puppies like ASU collars and like,
That's so awesome.
oh yeah,
dude.
it's just fun. So anyways, this class that I'm taking is called IDS 301, and everything's online, and it's it's a little bit more difficult because I like learning from a classroom setting, but the idea behind this class is to figure out when you have two different things, finding out what you can take from this subject and apply it to this one, and what you can take from this subject and apply to this one. How you can integrate different things. So it's a really interesting class. So this last assignment that we had to do, it's called a kaleidoscope, and the whole
A kaleidoscope.
kaleidoscope. You remember the things that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
turn, and
Yeah.
it's basically how we can integrate everything all together. So coming in this class at the very beginning, we've been reading this book called How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci. And it's I'll be 100 with you. When I went to go get it, I'm like, I'm going to hate this book. And bro, I couldn't put it down. It's a really good book.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad. I got a lot out of it. It was really cool. But they started talking about the very beginning, started talking about a wicked problem and a wicked solution. And I thought it was just, I thought it was an adjective, like,
Right.
like, oh man, that's wicked. But because we're from California, so
Wicked pissa.
man, that's a bitchin' problem. I'm like, but it's not like that. So, basically, in a nutshell, wicked problem is a problem that's so big and so,
Yeah.
so has so many different elements to it. So I chose to work on mine on unemployment because it's kind of affecting a lot of people right now, and then you have to pose that problem into a question, and then you kind of there was an assignment where we had to look at extreme solutions. So
Yeah.
we have the problem, we have the question, and then we have to look an extreme solution over here and an extreme solution over here, and then
Right.
find ways of doing that. So I was supposed to do
Like
a PowerPoint.
there's no way to test like these solutions to the so-called wicked problem.
Yeah.
And they don't have like a defined, like, I guess you could say, I would use the word formulation, but they don't have a specific, like, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And this is why it's going to work.
Yeah. There's so many different avenues you can go down, so many different things that yeah. So
but wouldn't that, like, when you go down different routes, wouldn't that spawn other different types of problems to get to that solution?
absolutely. Right. And that's why you have to learn what you can use from here to apply here and use from there to apply there. So my assignment was, I think it was supposed to be a PowerPoint, but I don't know how to use PowerPoint. But
Okay.
but I do
use Google Slides like normal.
It's the weirdest thing though.
Dude.
Like, but I can I can throw a video into Final Cut and have something for you, in less than an hour. So this was the easier route for me. So what I did was I just set up my camera. I videotaped myself talking about the class. I went down a couple different rabbit holes on some stuff, and I kind of edited everything together, and I sent it to him. So I was talking with Edgar, I think yesterday, and we were talking about the class and stuff. And I said, hey, let me shoot you this video. I want you to check it out and just look at the editing and stuff like that. And that's when he was like, bro, like, we should talk about this. This is this is a cool subject. So
I didn't get to see it
because
we're gonna watch it.
We're gonna watch it right now.
This is the first time I'm watching it.
It was very interesting. I'm like, oh, on the end, top motherfucking line production from Whit Petrell on this shit. Watch this. We're gonna watch it, and then I'll pause it when I have a question.
And mind you, I got a D on this. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm like, all that for nothing.
No, I'm just kidding. I haven't gotten the grade back, but I'm pretty sure I aced it.
No, I'm sure. Watch this, Roger. This is clean, dude. Not to mention the THX intro right here, dude. Wow.
Good times.
Incredible. Riveting.
Greetings, Professor, and welcome to Whit Petrell's IDS 301 Kaleidoscope assignment. What I'm getting out of this assignment is to find out how we can apply everything that we've learned throughout this book into a wicked problem, wicked question, and how we think about it. I just feel like in a video, you can understand my thought process so much better. So let's jump into this. I actually didn't know what a wicked problem was. I had to Google it. But during the first module, when I really started looking into it, I chose to do my wicked problem on unemployment, mostly because it's drastically affecting a lot of people right now, drastically affecting me. But unemployment is extremely broad. So let's narrow that down. Unemployment in America, still kind of broad. Unemployment in America in 2020 during a pandemic. I think that phrasing the problem that way is broad enough that we can dive into it deeper, but it's precise enough that we can really concentrate on that subject. So forming this into a question, there's a lot of different ways that we can go with this. I chose to address the problem during the pandemic. So my question is, how do we bring unemployment rates down while keeping Americans safe during the COVID-19 pandemic? This question could also be on a global level. It could be on a state level. It could be on an industry level. I was thinking about how am I going to explore this? And I realized that the whole point of this is to apply what we've learned in the book. So I went back to the book. First thing I looked at was, I apologize, I'm going to say this wrong, curiosita. But basically hold on. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta tell you guys about this. So this book, it's all about Leonardo da Vinci. And about how he thought and the way he approached things, because the guy is my perception of who he was is very different now.
Is the answer.
Yes, it is. So, but the thing is, all of the sections in this book, they're all, I don't know if it's Latin or
wow, look at this. It is Latin.
Well, the man was Italian.
Yeah.
They're so, I can't pronounce them. I can't pronounce any of them. Where is it? Hold on.
They're pretty. Even for me and Roger, we have Spanish tongues.
So we have like curiosita. Then
Curiositas.
Curiosidad, curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity.
Okay, so there's curiosita. Then there's demonstrazione.
Demonstration.
Okay, very good. Okay, better than me. Next one is Sensazione.
Sensation.
Sensations.
Yeah.
Then there's
It's Italian.
yeah. Oh, okay. It's Italian. So yeah.
Well, it's Italian and Spanish and Greek or Latin based languages.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
that's why they
it
all
was.
fucking sound the same.
I don't. Obviously, I'm not
Yeah, I know,
educated
right?
in that field
like-
right now. So it was
You're like, I
embarrassing.
speak ora.
So,
You
but
gotta
anyways,
hang out with Edgar more,
okay.
man. You gotta hang
Huh?
out with Edgar. You gotta hang out with Edgar during his mom's birthday and stuff. You'll pick up some good words there.
Oh my god, my mom will teach you everything wrong, dude. Mm-mm. All right, let's continue with this video because
Okay.
it gets pretty good. All right.
Curiosity. One thing that jumped out at me in the book was on page 50 in the first paragraph. Leonardo's loyalty, devotion, and passion were directed instead to the pure quest for truth and beauty.
Okay, hold on. Leonardo's loyalty, devotion, and passion were directed instead to the pure quest for truth and beauty. So basically, it was like an emotional fucking journey, or what?
he was in the book. It talks a lot about how he was looking for. Whenever he observed people, he would have these parties at his house, and he would invite like the ugliest people he could find. And
Oh, fuck, are you
yeah,
serious?
he would do this on purpose. He would invite people that were ugly and or what he thought was ugly, or that what he thought was what did it say in the book? Like deformations. I don't know how to say that
Oh,
correctly. But
really?
yeah, so
Yeah,
he
but-
invited all these people to his house because he wanted to study them. Because as an artist, he wanted to, so everybody would be at his house, and he'd be having this
What?
party with everybody, and it was just cool. It was fun, but like he was literally using that party as a way of studying the way people look.
That
then
is
that way he
fucking interesting. No
Crazy,
shit.
right? Crazy.
No,
What?
he would. Most of his ideas came from nature.
Yes,
He would
yeah.
just look at nature and just
And
look at all the
he would
different.
he would observe
Wow.
everything and
Look at
just
the different things.
to the smallest minute details. Of,
I don't know if it's in the book, but I remember seeing it or reading it somewhere where he would actually get ideas with a candle and the shadows it would
Mhm.
cast. You just light a candle and put
Well,
some random
that's
set in
deep
front of it,
Yeah.
right
and you
there,
would see stuff on the wall. And
And there was like horses,
yeah,
mostly a lot
horses
of
or
nature.
things like that. I think that's a good. I think that was a good idea what he did, just to get a look at all the people's differences
Yeah, it was
because
interesting.
unique. Everybody
Oh.
has their own unique differences. Which is
So,
really cool.
I can understand how that can come into play because I mean that's the artist's mind, I guess, where
but the
you
sorry, go
find
ahead.
inspiration in like very I guess out of your comfort zone like
Mhm.
environments that you purposely throw yourself into. I know
Well,
that's
most of
where
the time,
inspiration
most of
comes
the time, your greatest ideas come out of something like really random.
from. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can say it. With me that
Yeah.
would be definitely true. I don't know how Whit would feel about that though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Especially being a musician, a lot of our ideas come out of stressful moments, emotional moments.
yeah.
Or
But-
even moments when you're not even looking for it. It
Yeah.
just happens, and you're like, wow. Yeah.
Look at Dan. Look at that weird fuck over there. I'm glad Nina drew him.
Well, so when it talks about in the book, and this is why I put that that particular excerpt, was because Leonardo always looked for beauty in everything. Like, so he would have this this party where at the time the people, the nobles or the kings or whatever, they would look down
Yeah.
upon these people that were deformed or ugly for their time or however
so
they
fucking
talk about it.
crazy.
But they would look, but he would see the beauty in it. He would bring all of them to his house and he would study them because he sees the beauty in that. And so he would go for that, but he also was looking for truthfulness, for the truth, he was very balanced mind when it came to like science and creativity.
No
So,
shit. Okay.
which was interesting. It was just really interesting to me.
All right, let's keep watching here.
With this wicked question, we really have to dive into truth. I think one of the big obstacles is truth itself. I mean, with the abundance of information that is available to us right now, we could literally be on the computer all day looking for truth. And 3 days later, find out that something wasn't true. It makes me wonder that if Leonardo was alive today, would he be more intrigued with truth or with beauty? But back to curiosity. So being curious about this, we need to look into different ways that we can handle this question. Also in the book, it talks about reflection. So being that we are here at the end of 2020, we really have a great opportunity right now to reflect on what has been done, build off of that, and make better choices to move forward. So let's dive into a couple solutions. I like the quiz that we took that said to have 2 different solutions that were extreme. So let's visit that. We could do a massive shutdown where it's not just non-essential people, it's a shutdown for everyone. Now, in doing that, the unemployment rate would go crazy, but what we would have to do as a country is to supplement people's income. Or maybe as a country, we freeze all prices and freeze all payments. I think at least at that point, it would give people more of a motivation to stay home. A lot of people that are breaking the lockdowns are doing it because they need to work. Okay, that's one possibility.
Yeah. You know what? That's what I wanted to ask you about, because that is so fucking true. 100. You hit the nail on the head of that on that statement, dude. And I forgot who said it, but I think it was what's her name, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I mean, I know her ideals are just pretty interesting. I don't agree with most of them, but I'm she's young. She's probably going to develop over the years. Who knows what kind of representative she'll turn out to be? But she said, and I'm like, yeah, that's so fucking true. And I think Andrew Yang said the same shit. Give people money to stay their ass home. Mm-hmm. But they won't do that.
The reason why I went there is because they're, it's affecting me right now, being unemployed, not having our shows, the government so far, reflecting, they've done some PUA, some EDD, some unemployment stuff, but it's not even a fraction of what, it is literally a fraction of what I was making. So
100%, man.
But nothing has changed. So literally I make an unemployment check that almost doesn't even pay my rent. So, so literally, at that point, what am I supposed to do? The stress that I have of trying to provide for my family, staying home. Yeah. I absolutely want to stay safe, and I want to keep others safe, and I want to do my part to help us. But at the same time, now 1 month down, we live in California. 1 month down, I've got creditors calling. I've got this, so I still have to pay my bills. And it's so when people like me are like, we're kind of forced to break the lockdown and go because I have to find some way to pay my rent. I think alive.
At this point, it's safe to say with all 3 of us, we're all fed up with our leadership. I know I am, and people just keep telling me to shut the fuck up and just listen to my leaders. It's a little bit difficult for me to listen to my leaders at the state and local level when they're doing the complete fucking contrary, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, you just dude, all these motherfuckers are coming out of the woodwork getting caught for saying stay your ass home, but they're going to a fucking restaurant, they get caught, dude, and I'm like, fuck you, dude. That's my first reaction, my first instinct, Whit, is
the hypocrisy of it.
Like, yeah, dude, right away. And I'm like, I'm pretty, liberal in a lot of ways, but I'm very, liberal. Like I love to consider myself a logical liberal, but I know that's not going to happen because I will make mistakes, and I admit to that. I'm not in denial. I don't always want to be right. That's my philosophy. However, when you go and fucking mandate me to do something, but you don't fucking do it yourself, fuck you. That's my first reaction. And guess what? People are going to say, fuck it. I'm just going to catch COVID and whatever. If I wear a mask, I don't. If I do, whatever. Like, it's like a roll of the dice. I remember my buddy Michael made sense of it. It's kind of like the shuffle button, man. You take the risk by going out. You don't take much of a risk if you stay inside. Mm-hmm. So how do we saw this? This is answering your question. That's an extreme
that's an extreme
way of doing it, but it works only if the resources are there. Which, come on, let's be frank here.
Well, I think that we were going into reflection and reflecting back on what happened during the first shutdown, I think there was just there was one step that we didn't take, or we didn't do it correctly, and that was the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Fund, whatever it's called. That's the part where we dropped the ball. You know, when we said, okay, we're going to shut down everything, you know, non-essential, which I don't like that term, but, you know, because my job is essential to me.
We made you poor stay home. I mean, unless you wait at the place we have reservations.
Right.
That's exactly what it is, man.
So, you know, I think we started off right. You know, we were like, okay, we got to shut everything down. We need to, you know, limit people's interactions and you know, do that. Secondly, you know, we're going to take care of you guys. So I think that's where it didn't flow right. You know, they started off with some stuff, but you know, there's people that were trying to do what was right, but then there's also, on the flip side, there was like these millennials that were having huge, you know, Hollywood Hill parties with like 300 people.
Oh God,
so
that really.
Of course,
I mean, it made me mad at first, but then I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, fucking stop them from doing it? They're just gonna go to the next house.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's a wicked problem. There's so many different things that are affecting everything. So, but I mean, so anyways, that was one of the solutions. That was an extreme solution. You know, shut everything down, force everybody to stay home. You know. And go from there. But like I said, we would have to somehow supplement income, so it gives them a reason to stay home.
But I think the problem is with a lot of people, like you said, you got to pay your bills.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that was something that was missing.
My thing is, what's going to happen to these companies that don't get paid? What are they going to do? Like, what's going to happen? Are they going to shut down? Are the banks going to close because they're not getting their mortgage payments or from like their rents collected from landlords and stuff like that? I don't.
Well, it would have to be like a trickle down effect. Like, so like just for example, off the top of my head, if we were going to shut everything down and okay, Whit, you're not allowed to go to work, but the good thing is you don't have to pay rent while we have this mandate shutdown. So if I don't have to pay rent, but then they have to freeze it on different levels. So I won't have to pay rent. So the owner of my apartment complex, he still has to make his bills too. So you got to freeze his stuff too. You know, so you would literally, it would be like a level of freezing everything, you know, freeze your credit card payments, you know, freeze your, you know, just freeze everything and freeze it across the board. The problem is there's companies that are still making money. And there's still credit card companies right now that are they're charging you interest on stuff, and like
absolutely,
we can barely make minimum payments right now. So you know, this whole year the credit cards are making bank off of this year. You know?
I mean, instead of the government supplementing the wits of the world, why not just supplement those that the final, you know, level of where the money needs to go? Why not just supplement like the banks or the you know, the property? You know what I'm talking about.
I think that's what they were trying to do, especially when they did like small business loans, and I remember seeing something just recently about some small business relief and some business relief for the business owners. But the problem is it hasn't trickled down to us. Like I still have to pay my rent. I still have to pay my. So that's the, you know, but anyways, that was one of the solutions. Like,
okay. All right. Well, then right here on the next, when I hit play, you're going to be talking about the second solution.
Okay.
On the other side of this extreme, I saw something in Europe. I think it was called herd immunity. The idea behind that is go about your daily life. Everyone's going to get sick anyways. And if you don't catch it, then how can you build up an immunity to it? I guess there's some logic with that, but at what cost? Both solutions have pros and cons. I think out of the two extreme solutions that I presented, we definitely need to find a middle ground on it. People still need to go to work. We need to bring the unemployment rate down. There's so many other conversations that we can have about negative aspects of people staying home too long. People not going to the doctors and getting diagnosed for an illness that they have right now. Depression, suicide, spousal abuse. There's so much more to this than just unemployment and COVID-19. This requires a panel I think one of the hardest parts too is staying on track with this. Having a wicked question, having a solution to it, you go down so many different rabbit holes that sometimes you forget about the original problem, the original question. I think I could literally talk about this for an hour, but I don't think you want to watch this for an hour. So if I could put an end cap on this whole conversation, my personal feeling is that we need to find middle ground between those two extremes. We need to keep people safe. We need to boost our immune system. We need to bring our unemployment level down. I don't think herd immunity is a good idea. I mean, it's basically flipping the coin and saying, hope you don't die. But on the flip side, I think a complete shutdown will hurt people's careers, which hurts their family. If we were to do another shutdown, but do it more strategically, shut down the country, keep people in their homes so we're not spreading the virus, supplement their income so they don't need to go out to go to work, so the shutdown will actually be effective. That way, when it's time to come out, we can go back to work. But here's the thing, in order to do that, we have to have really good leadership. And that's a whole other conversation. All right, sir, exactly. I just wanted to let you know that I had a really, really great time in this class. It challenged me in ways I didn't think it would, and I enjoyed it. I appreciated it so much that today I just registered for your IDS 302. So with that being said, I hope you have a great break, and I will see you in January.
Very, very nicely crafted, bro.
I hope I did a good grade on that.
Slow clap.
Yes, slow clap. I think I got it. I think I did pretty good.
And you got a D.
I wonder if anybody else in the class did that kind of an intro.
No, you know what?
I was in the professor's side, and I saw that. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, cool.
Well, they said, I mean, the cool thing is because everything's online, you know, you have to be really clear.
Yeah.
And it says like, this is what the project is. And then it says what you submit. And it kind of explained it. And it said, be creative, be, entice me in the beginning, like make it creative, make it, keep my attention. And I was like, okay. I mean,
well, you had the THX intro, bro. That's awesome.
I was looking for the audio that, I couldn't find it.
Fucking what's the other one? When you go to an IMAX and you see that crazy ass intro.
Yeah,
dude. So here's the thing too, is I've heard a lot of people use that term, herd immunity, and not to confuse people with all the medical jargon, but in layman's terms, herd immunity is just what Whit described in the video. Like, you just go about your day and there's an illness out there and you're gonna catch it or you're not. And if you do, you build antibodies to fight it off the next time you catch it again.
If now, you can do it.
Dependent on the severity of the disease or illness or virus, whatever you want to call it. Right now, I haven't read much about Sweden because Sweden was actually doing that.
I think so.
I think all the socialist states were like Denmark, Sweden, and I think Norway were doing it. I don't quote me on that, but what do you think about that, Roger? You're a little bit more, I guess, more versed than me and Whit, and in medical terms, of course, too. I mean, you are going to school for something related in that field, but not exactly where everyone thinks. You're not going to be a nurse.
Well, I mean,
but you're in that environment now.
You got to think about it. Well, just think about it real quick with the herd immunity. What's the one thing? Well, I mean, it's been more than 100 years now since the flu ravaged, our country or the world, and now we definitely have a herd immunity for that, and we have potent vaccines for it. It took some time, but it happened. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to try and develop an immunity for this, you do have to catch it. But again, you don't know how your body's going to affect, or if it's going to be able to fight it off, because it's a respiratory disease, and your lungs are basically your lungs' only line of defense for any type of infection is to cough. If you can't cough that shit out, you're screwed. Your lungs are gonna get that infection, and you're done. You're pretty much done. So I think the best thing to do is, I mean, this is just my opinion, is they should, if this vaccine is going to do something, it should have, usually the way a vaccine works, it should have a small portion of that virus. in order for the body to recognize what it is. I mean, that's what a flu shot is. A flu shot is basically you're getting like a really tiny amount of that flu virus injected into your body, and it's just small enough for it to not to do anything, but it's big enough for the body for your immune system to recognize what it is and fight it, and that way
By the
it
way,
develops
Stone Brewery, if
antibodies
you're
for it.
watching this, be sure to sponsor all of us with your delicious Michelada mix. I really appreciate you. I will be tagging you in this video on Instagram once we cut out this little segment. Thank you very much. But no, I get exactly what you mean. And now, fast forward to COVID-19. It is a form of SARS. Obviously, everyone that cat's been out of that bag for a long time. And how many people in California alone suffer from asthma?
A lot.
A very big amount, dude. And
There's
the
even
first people that are like right away like that. They're the ones that are gonna have a really difficult time with it once they catch it, like almost immediately.
There's also an
people with
illness
autoimmune
that
disorders too.
there's also a disease that a small portion, but a lot of I think here in California too. But I know for a fact my neighbors' kids, they were born with this kind of rare, well, semi-rare. I don't want to say deformity. Basically, it's called ciliary dyskinesia.
What the
Our
fuck?
our windpipe, like
Yeah.
the pipe where we breathe in, is lined with very, very tiny, millions and millions of tiny little hairs. And those little hairs capture the mucus that we create.
Right.
And that mucus basically becomes the fly paper, I want to say, for all the dust and all the shit that we breathe in.
Oh, no shit.
And
Okay.
then we cough it out. That's why, again, that's why we cough,
Right.
because something is happening, and when you're coughing, your lungs are saying, fuck, I need to fight whatever's trying to get in. That's what happens.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, these kids were born without the little hairs in their thing. So,
Oh shit. Are you serious?
yeah, so anything
Oh
like
man.
a common cold or the flu or even a runny nose could be dangerous, because there's nothing to capture all that mucus. So it's just going to go straight down, and it can get
Damn.
into their lungs and cause an infection. So they are highly at risk at this type of COVID, because it's again a respiratory disease which
That
attacks
is so
that
nuts,
shit.
dude.
So it's not just because people have breathing problems here in California. I guess because maybe we had the smog, wildfires, all that stuff where we're plagued with that year round. But there are people out there that have this kind of thing, and it sucks when I see that there's people out there that don't want to wear a face mask, that don't want to comply with certain things, because
Right.
one, they could be asymptomatic and not know that they're spreading this disease, because it's been already proven there's people with asymptomatic, they're carriers of the germ.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous. And I just wish people would just be more empathetic, because this thing
Right.
is real. This thing is real. It's not fake. A lot of people are saying that it's fake and made up. You and I have a friend that just lost her father to this thing.
Yeah.
So who like know that it's fucking there.
And it's fucked up the way it happened too. I mean, we
Yes,
haven't told Whit
yeah.
the story, but to summarize what happened with Roger and I have a friend that has a father has been diagnosed with some type of cancer, and they were out in public, and some Karen ass bitch had a fit about not wearing a mask, and she spit or coughed on all over people or something like that.
She coughed on our friend. She wasn't with her family, but she got coughed on. She caught it, and she took it home without knowing, and
Yeah.
she spread it to her family. And her dad, who was pretty much already like over 80
Terminal.
something, but he
Yeah.
had like other stuff, and his body was already compromised with other things, but he was doing okay. All
Yeah.
of a sudden fell with this thing, and they couldn't do much for him, and he died in the hospital. And it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
But there's just people out there that just, it's sad. I mean, you need to understand that this isn't just some kind of sickness. This right
Yeah.
now is a microscopic killer. You
Yeah.
know, diseases have always put humanity on check. The biggest one was smallpox. We conquered that. Then we had to go with the plague that happened and ravaged Europe. Now, like I said, over 100 years ago, it was the flu. The flu killed millions of people in America, but we managed to control that, and now we have to deal with something like this. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just with the lockdown that's happening. I think it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally.
we have to take it, but we're gonna have to sacrifice a lot of things. It's either it's either it's either I sacrifice like me not going out with my friends for 6 months, or I risk, just maybe dying.
Yeah.
You
Georgine
know,
said it
or
best. You have to be vigilant. You don't want to be that one person who is okay one day and then dead the next. And that's 100% because
yeah,
that's exactly what's happening now. But in this, at the same time, I see, like, I put myself in Whit shoes, man, all the fucking time.
mhm.
I'm like, I would be devastated, man. He's handling it perfectly, like a civil human being, man. I would have gone crazy. Like, you just took my life away, dude, and I can't go back out and do what I've done for the past 20 years, making a really good living off of. And
but
just to have someone go,
but
I
look what
would be
happened.
nuts.
Look what happened. You adapted. You've
Absolutely.
grown. You've branched out in a whole other different venue that you've never actually thought you were ever going to do in your life. I mean, you even said it to
Hmm.
yourself. You're like, I've never done anything like this before, and
Yeah.
look at me now.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. And you know what's great about it? Your Steel Rod is doing their virtual concerts, which is really awesome because a lot of you know uh, big name bands are doing that. There's people giving out virtual concerts on YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's just to show the world that they're still working, that they're still doing. And what's great about it is you have a huge fan base that's being generous and helping out because they want to see you push forward.
No,
But
and props to the band too.
yeah,
If anyone even knows who Whit played for so damn long, it's a band, power trio cover band called Steel Rod. Props to them because they were the first ones I knew that started doing the live streams. Nobody else is
Well,
doing it, and everyone followed suit. But they did it right the first couple of times, and they've managed to get by with the live
and
streams.
they
However, it's
put it on
hard,
your
dude.
shoulders, right? Wait for you to
Yeah, and
man
it's like,
everything. And you're like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? And look at you now. You
well, the
got
thing is,
something
like,
else. You got another
I like
skill.
what you said. You were like, look at what you're doing. You're adapting. You're figuring out. And I think that that was like one of the main words that I was using back in March. Because we
yeah,
got back from the cruise on March 15th. They shut down the country on March 17th, and our first
yeah.
live stream was March 18th. So I mean,
Wow.
we had to figure it out.
Yeah.
We have to pivot on what we're doing. Obviously, our business model is not live streams. Our business model is to go perform live performances. So when that's taken away from us, we have to learn it. We can be dead in the water, or we can pivot, adapt, and move forward.
Absolutely.
My biggest problem with the whole, with reflecting on it and seeing how everything played out, my biggest problem with everything is like the way the decisions that were made. It was like, okay, we have and I think that a lot of people do accept that this is a real thing. I think the
Mhm.
problem is that we're not given we're not given the opportunities to thrive, and that's on our leaders. Because, so, like, for
I
instance,
agree.
in my situation, and a lot of musicians and a lot of people, especially here in California, who are in the same situation as me, is where the way it goes down is they're like, hey, we have a pandemic, we got to shut everything down, we got to do this. Okay, I'm on board.
Mhm.
I'm on board. I want to do my part. I want to help. Okay, so obviously I won't go to work. And they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna pay you guys. We're gonna put forth some money, so it'll work. Then a few months into it, they're like, well, money's running out, and we're not gonna pay you anymore. But you still got to stay home, and you still got to pay your bills. Like, that's the part where I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you're
can't.
like, that's
I
a no
like. I
from
just.
me.
I mean, and it's not. It's. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it like I just
Yeah, of
physically. I just can't do that. Like
course you can,
if
man.
the money's not
Not
coming
with
in,
your
but you
profession.
want me to stay home, but you also want me to pay my bills. Like one of them, this doesn't work out.
Yeah.
No.
That's the hardest part for me. I'm like, listen, I would love to stay home and make this happen so we can all come back and thrive even better. But if if I'm at home and I'm stressed out because
Mhm.
I can't pay my rent this month, or let alone anything else. My phone's food on the table. Insurance. I mean, I
Mhm.
had to pay car insurance for the last 8 months when I'm not driving. The weirdest stuff that you still
Well,
have to pay
most
all these
companies
bills.
supposedly were offering some type of, I guess, not retro pay, but like kind of like a courtesy credit
I
for
think I
the
got like a
in.
5% or something like that. It
Oh
went
well,
from
I have
like,
AAA, so I got a pretty good
yeah.
check. It wasn't a
Yeah,
lot, but I mean, it's
I
like,
got
oh,
mine
okay.
on non-operation with the DMV, so I don't have to get insurance for it.
hmm
But
So,
I
I
mean,
mean, but the point is that, the way that things went, it was like, I think a lot of people were on board. And then now that we can't, our careers are still taken away. Now, obviously,
Mhm.
like you said, I adapted and tried something else because that's just who I am. But
Yeah,
what if I don't want to go to school? Like
yeah.
I feel like my career, I'm being forced to, hang it up and be like, try something new because even, I mean, 6 months ago, we were thinking, okay, you know what? By January, we should be back to gigs. I
Yeah.
don't see us going back to gigs until 2022. They're gonna drag this out. I kind of, I don't even know if my industry will recover from this. You know?
Supposedly, this is coming out of the mouth of Dr. Fauci. He said that we're looking at a late summer, like I guess fall, where people are going to slowly but surely going to be filling venues and stadiums with live entertainment, sports, and fucking what's it called? Monster Mash, bro, whatever. The Monster Truck Show at fucking Anaheim,
but
whatever.
but the thing is, it can be done. It can be done now. It's just you need to control how much people you put in there. You know.
That's what they should stick to doing now. I mean, I don't know what a precise data they're looking at to see where the clusters of infection is coming from. I'm pretty sure it's because of gatherings. Don't quote me on that. But a lot of the data I've seen don't necessarily point fingers at outdoor dining and
But
outdoor
that's what they're shutting down.
whatever.
Well,
And that's ass backwards. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, for example, Roger, I read something online. I forgot where that Orange County is going to.
hmm
I guess I don't know the exact term, but they're relying on the medical marijuana dispensaries to stimulate the entire county's fucking economy.
Wow.
So they basically gaslighted everyone to say, hey, if you're gonna stay home, buy some weed and get fucking high.
I think with
Which
those,
I don't disagree with. I'm like,
Not a
wait a
bad
minute.
plan.
Okay. I'm like, OC, you're catching my attention here because we're
what
shut
if you can't
down.
afford it? You
No,
can't.
no, it's not that you can't afford it. I'm just saying, like, they should, LA County should kind of like I don't know how much they collaborate because I know it's two different. Dude, OC and LA, obviously demographically too, it's different. Construction wise, totally different. The minute you hit the 5 freeway by Anaheim, it goes like this, bro.
Yeah.
Everything is not as condensed as it is over on our side of the freeway.
hmm
You go anywhere, even like the beach areas, there's so much space. But then there's little condensed areas like Main Street in Huntington Beach where all the fucking bars are. So it's like
Hmm.
a little main street in Alhambra, like everything's so condensed.
Right.
Same thing with Old Pasadena, everything's so
Yeah.
condensed. Now picture that and multiply it by like a trillion, billion, whatever. I don't know how many people are in New York City.
Yeah.
That's total condensation right there, and everything goes vertical. Everyone lives kind of vertically in New York. Yeah, that's a perfect recipe for a fucking pandemic, dude.
Well, yeah, because it's all closed in, like you said.
Yeah, and that's what fascinates me
There's
about.
not they don't have enough space for like outdoor. venues or outdoor dining, or just
Yeah.
unless they want to move stuff into the park.
Yeah.
You know, they have that huge, massive area where they can just
Yeah.
like say, okay, well, let's put some food trucks out there, and then people can
Right.
go in and
But
gather
here's the thing.
there.
Here's
You
the
know,
thing. I was watching this thing in Long Beach. There was 3 business owners that were there speaking with the city, because Long Beach is part of LA County, and they, this was right before Thanksgiving. They were gonna shut everything down, and it was something. I think the number was like 206,000 restaurant workers on the day before Thanksgiving or don't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
And that was they had this really big meeting. One of my friends, his name is Michael. He's the owner of the Gas Lamp in Long Beach, and he was there at this meeting. And he starts talking. And he's like, "We're just questioning. We're not saying that we're here to go against you. We're just questioning your decisions because your decisions are hurting so many people. But they don't make a lot of sense." So he was, okay, let's go down this path. You're shutting down outdoor dining, or you're saying that you're shutting down outdoor dining and indoor dining, and we can only do takeout. And he was like, my business model isn't made for takeout.
Exactly.
Like that's not what my business model is. So all of my workers are. He's like, it's the hardest thing for me to do the day before Thanksgiving is lay everyone off. Like, and now they're going into the holidays with no job.
Fucked
He's
up,
like,
man.
but the problem is you're shutting down but they can drive 10 minutes down PCH to Huntington Beach and there's outdoor dining because
Yeah.
Orange County didn't do that like what LA County did. So they brought up a lot of good points that way. And then the one that struck me the most was he said, you're shutting down outdoor dining, you're shutting down all these restaurants, saying that this is but people can go get on a plane with 200, 150, 200 people that are not in their circle of
They're not in their bubble.
circle of people.
Yeah.
So we can go get on a plane, or we can go to Target, or we can go to Walmart or Home Depot, or we can do that, but we can't have 10 people at our house. But we can't go sit at a table and outdoor dining with
Right.
our family. Like these decisions don't make sense. You're
I agree,
contradicting.
dude. I agree 100%. And then I mean that by following the rules in place, because obviously, when obviously you're in your mind consciously, you're like, I'm going outside to go get food. There's a high risk of me getting infected. Let me take the proper precautions.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, do that. But then, okay, add a sprinkle of fucking close everything down. Now you go out, you're like, okay, where am I gonna go? Fuck it. You get pandemic fatigue from it, doing you stop wearing your mask and you just fuck it. There's no structure in place, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone thought there was structure from the get-go, but
No.
They basically said, oh, this is how you bench press, right? But they've never even done it before. They showed you like on a video and shit, like this is how you do it. This is how you bench press. But then you ask them, well, how much do you bench press? Like, oh, I don't bench press. What the fuck then, dude? You're telling me to do something you've never done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, and it's fucked up because at the same time, we've all acknowledged that this sickness is real because it's hit me personally too. But in the same token, it's like, okay, if you do get sick, what's the plan? Okay, then go about your thing, go about your plan. And if you're not that severe or asymptomatic, there's a plan for that. Stick with it, and then just keep taking those proper precautions without jeopardizing anyone else around you. And I get heavy opinions on this shit, especially from my inner circle, dude. Like, for example, some people say, "Hey, we caught it. We're immune to it. Let's hang out." And mine is like, no, not all of us are still immune. We can still catch it again. Like we're basically like kind of finding loopholes, our own little fucking loopholes in our mind to congregate. And fuck, man, like it's hard, dude, because you want to see each other, but look what we're doing. We're in front of a fucking computer screen.
It's like how you said before a long time ago. Basic needs. Remember basic needs of humanity. Yeah. And one of them is
well, yeah, I'll get into that, but look at Alex, what he typed in. Dude, the COVID numbers here in LA County are at 422,000. Are you flexing for Alex?
Yeah.
San Bernardino's 90, almost close to 100,000. Orange County 93. See the big difference? It's so weird. Like, how did this happen? But we can contemplate all fucking night when we know exactly how it happened. And getting to what Roger was about to talk about with, you ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
No.
Okay, well, there's a Tony Robbins, Dr. Chloe Madonna's interpretation of just that, where there's 6 human needs, and the first 4 human needs are the needs of the ego, which everyone right now is trying to fucking fill during this pandemic. Do you know what the first 4 are?
I know one of them. I know one of them is the need to be touched, or the need to be.
No. The first one is the need for certainty, which a person like
there's none.
It's fucking like
I have none.
He
right
lives
now.
by the second human need, which is uncertainty, variety, surprises, all this shit, because he doesn't even know if, like, fuck, this check's gonna hold up, dude. Like, I get this much money and this is my rent. What am I gonna fucking do? So it's like a scramble, like a struggle to survive in the fucking jungle, like that type of shit, dude. That's variety. That's why you need certainty. Like most women, for example, most females, I'm not being biased here or chauvinist in any way. Most females by nature, they're certainty freaks because they seek security, they seek assurance. The roof is going to hold, basically, like, it's going to happen, and I want to know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Like, they want it to be kind of predictable in their sense. However, there's the second human need, which is uncertainty, variety, and all of us fucking dudes love variety. From drunk driving, getting high, getting twisted, doing an Oregon Trail, which is now cocaine, which is now called an Oregon Trail. All that shit, dude. It's fucking intriguing because it's like, dude, we live we live fucking dangerously, bro, and it's true. Look at Whit has lived dangerously.
Out of the 6, I know one of them is the desire for human contact.
So no, that's number 3. Well, check this out. So number 3, Whit, is the need for significance. You want to feel special. You want to feel loved. You want to feel like you belong somewhere. And right now, during this pandemic, dude, those first 3 needs, right away, everyone's trying to fill because no one feels fucking special. No one feels useful right now.
Yeah.
So that's why they're looting.
I mean,
they're doing
like,
this.
even as a band, like, we barely feel relevant anymore.
Yeah. And that leads to the 4th human need, Roger, which is love and connection.
That's it.
Everyone right now is just scrambling to get. But here's the thing: love is too scary. So what do people choose? Just to connect.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hear, like, the perspective of falling in love has been so romanticized by Hollywood. It's lost its true fucking meaning, dude. Falling in love with something or someone, whether it's your spouse, your best friend, or whatever, is not even like to me, it's not categorized in any kind of sexual manner, because it means you've developed a relationship so deep in the fucking rabbit hole that there's no getting out of it, because you guys are enjoying what you guys are digging into. That's why right now during this fucking pandemic, everyone is just scrambling for connection. You know why? Because they're being told to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
And they stay home, and then
it's just so crazy. Like, when this really ties into exactly what we were talking about earlier with this book and this interdisciplinary and looking at a wicked problem and stuff. I mean, look at where this conversation has gone. If we just this conversation that we've had, we've gone down so many different things, talking about this, talking about that, talking about how it affects people, talking about different counties, talking about different ways we can do this, and still I feel like we don't have any type of real solution.
Well, because then that boils down to the last 2 fucking human needs, which no one is filling right now, because it's every man for himself. The 5th human need is the need to grow.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to a plant when you don't fucking water it, dude? It dies.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you give it the sunlight, it'll kill it. It needs water and sunshine. It needs both. And that's what we're not doing as not just a state we're not doing this as a country. We're stagnant, dude. We're basically static. We're stunt. Like our growth is completely stunt. Like there's a chance we're not going to have a growth spurt at all if we continue with this fucking same type of perspective of the world that we have in all of our heads, dude. Now, what's the last need? The sixth one, the need to contribute beyond yourself, which a lot of people are doing. They're sitting at food banks. They're helping people who are dying from COVID-19, all that shit. But see how the needs are scrambled? And there's two needs that are very, very crucial right now. And they're scary. No one's loving each other and no one's growing. Mm-hmm. Those two right there. One is the need of the spirit, as they like to call it, Tony Robbins and Dr. Chloe Madonnas, and one's the need of the ego. So the first four needs, Whit, is the need of the ego, which everybody has. It's universals, from terrorists to the fucking lunch lady to Barack Obama to fucking Donald Trump Jr. They all have them, dude. The first four you feel the need to fill immediately, from playing in a band to fucking going to school to taking your dog out for a walk and throwing the ball that they fetch to fucking Roger watching fucking what was that one show you showed me? Seven on Hulu.
Oh,
the movie Seven on Hulu, like that type of shit. Like that's why social media has been so strong with, and you know this because how quickly do you meet the first four needs of the ego when you fucking just log on to Facebook or Instagram? Almost immediately, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, everyone thinks it's bullshit when I talk about this stuff, but dude, I have felt when I felt low with, and I thank you for this, man. I'm gonna give props to you. As a young man, I was only 26 when I met you. I had a significance problem, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Believe it or not, that's why. I remember Roger saw me go through this phase. I would just work out like a madman, try to get as buff as possible, and try to beat someone up at a bar. I was that guy, dude. I was that guy. And then I started going to karaoke because I'm like, yeah, I could still sing, you know, and then kind of toning it down a little bit. Then I started going to live karaoke. And then I found this band in Alhambra whose singer just happened to say, hey, you know the lyrics to fucking Under the Bridge from Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's right. I said, yeah. And that's it. That's the start. And dude, my significance level from 2005 to now has been totally fucking different, dude. Because of that reason, bro.
Yes, you are a bar bully. So one time you got in trouble for beating up a table.
On several occasions, but that before I met these guys, and then quickly, boom, right there, I met the first three needs the minute I walked in to the cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Right away. And then but the last two needs, that didn't come till later, because I didn't grow with the band until like probably after Rod's wedding. And then I contributed to the band as best as I could whenever I saw you guys. And now it's like my contribution to not the band, but you, because you being in the band, that's how I met you. Dude, I offered you knowledge. Unbeknownst, I'm like, well, I don't expect him to know any of this shit. And he ate it all up and made it his own, anything, dude.
But I was willing to, you know, get outside my comfort zone and try something new. I mean, that's why that's basically what the 5 Foot Viking podcast is going to be about. I'm just going to connect with some people that, you know, being in the band for 20 years, I've created relationships with people that are in really different walks of life and are just really interesting to me. So, you know, just a little plug. We're just going to do a quick 30 to 40 minute conversation with, I'm going to have some guests on that are professionals in their field, and we're going to learn something and talk about some fun stuff. So it's kind of cool to be able to connect that way. But the only reason why the 5 Foot Viking is even going to be in existence is because of the last 8 months of me and you having text message conversations, you know, on the daily.
Shameless marketing again, ladies and gentlemen. Shameless marketing brought
Thank
to
you,
you
dude.
by the
I
Fight
appreciate that.
Viking. No, I mean this because, dude. Okay, now that I've explained those 6 human needs, and now you can see where this pandemic is going. There's a world of fucking uncertainty, dude, and hence this is the next thing I wanted to show you guys. Thanks to Roger showing me this. Speaking of basically a world of uncertainty and not knowing what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. We have Karens, bro, because of that reason.
Oh my God, no. All right, yeah.
They're trying to fulfill that first human need, certainty, because they're not certain that a mask is going to work to cover their face and protect them from a deadly virus. Then quite the contrary, then there's people that dude, this is exactly what I'm seeing right before my fucking eyes. And Satan bless social media for exposing all this shit, bro, because this is devil shit that's happening in the world. And I'm just horns up, dude, like this, going, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck these bitches. Yeah. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the three of us, we're not going to watch the whole thing. But Roger was so kind to share these Karen compilations with me.
Give credit to Cringe Report. Those guys, their
Yes.
channel's pretty awesome. They come up with this cool stuff. It's on YouTube, so check it out. They have a lot of other great stuff on there. Cringe Report does a lot of good shit.
And not to disrespect anyone named Karen, because I know a lot of great Karens.
Yeah,
but in the next 10 years, maybe even 5 years, the name Karen will be extinct, and no one's gonna want to use it.
Well, the name got ruined in a way, but
yeah. So we'll pause after each fucking freak out and kind of analyze the situation and find out what the fuck happened. Like this first fucking chick. Let's see.
No feeling for people.
Yo, what the fuck just happened in this video, bro?
I love the intro.
Oh my god! Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I guess they didn't want to let her board her flight or board a bus. I don't know. I mean,
oh my god, that is fucking crazy, dude. People actually these fuck, man. I would start filming too. Like, god damn, man. Like, you kidding me? Shout out to Cringe Report. Oh, yeah. Great. Okay. Do you have any context on this one, or should we just watch it?
Just watch it and we'll talk about it.
All right, here we go.
Do you know how to wait your turn when you're bowling next to my family?
How do I have to wait a turn? We're on different lanes.
That's the problem. You see, you're not supposed to go when other people are going because I can be a professional and you could be screwing me up.
I can see your score. You're definitely not a professional.
What the?
Oh, are they bowling?
Yeah, they're bowling. So this girl is.
What is wrong with her, man?
She's angry because
Seriously.
The guy who's filming bowled while she was taking her turn. So now she's like, "You shouldn't do that because what if I'm a professional and I'm trying to perfect my game?" And he straight out shut her up. I see your score. You're not a professional.
Dude, what the fuck?
You finished the game with 40 points.
Well, I took some pictures of you and your family.
That's kind of weird.
Because you don't know bowling etiquette.
Go ahead and show them.
You don't know bowling etiquette.
I don't
You
care.
don't know bowling etiquette.
Okay.
Man, right there recording me. He's recording me.
Yeah, I am.
Physically assault me and he called me a slur.
Yeah, you're a bitch. Don't you dare follow me in my car.
Oh my god.
All burned out.
What the fuck, dude? I thought that was Diane Keaton on audition.
I don't know.
Oh Lord! All right, let's. God damn it, dude.
Won't learn. These people won't learn. You're a bunch of idiots wearing masks. You know it's not real.
Whoa, this is a dude.
There's a dude ranting about it.
What?
Fools, you got a fucking doily on your face, retard. It looks like you fucking got it off your mom's countertop.
What the fuck, man? Wait, seriously, dude. Seriously,
This
if
can
you
all
saw
a
this
lot of this can be saved just by adhering to the advice that I got from a friend of mine. Stay in your lane. Just
that's it, dude.
just stay in your lane.
it.
Listen, like the guy's burned out at other people wearing masks. Why? Like it does it if it bothers you that much, fucking stay home. Who
What
gives
do we
a shit?
call a dude, Karen? Isn't it Kevin?
Ken.
Isn't
No,
it-
Ken.
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 Yeah.
Ken and Karen. Oh man, I know so many.
But
dudes
like,
with
just I
the
mean,
name Ken and
dude,
they're cool.
like just stay in your lane, bro. Go and go.
God
You look like he was in
damn,
Sprouts.
bro.
Go get your vegan chocolate milk and go home. Like, it's all good. Like, and trust me, I have vegan chocolate milk. It's really good. So like,
It
go into
is.
Sprouts.
I must confess, I tried it. It's fucking amazing.
Go get your vegan chocolate milk. Get in line. And hey, if people are wearing masks, you don't have to be. You don't
man.
gotta shout everything, dude. Like, just go get your stuff and go home. Like,
Look at this
You look
guy.
like an idiot. You're a child. Trying to make you wear a mask.
you know who looks more like an idiot is you in there screaming at people.
You're a dork. Look at you. You fucking dork. What are you gonna do? Boy, come outside. Come outside and tell me how tough you are.
No,
I'll take that
dude.
fucking mask off your face like a fucking retard.
Pick him up.
Stick him outside. No, dude. No.
That's so crazy.
Oh my god.
He had to have his daughter
Don't
pick
do
him
that
up and
this
take
time.
him.
People need to see that because there's a deal of watermelons, bro. Come on.
Wow.
Yo, man, what the fuck?
That's usually a really good solution. Just pick up these people and just take them outside.
And that dude, that other kid, the other youngster that's with him had a MAGA hat on, a red MAGA hat.
Those
You know
were
what's
those
weird?
were his sons. Those
You know
were
what? Let me
his
ask you
sons.
something about this whole situation. I know that the Karen videos have been getting pretty popular and they've been getting a lot of traction. But I'm wondering if this type of these type of incidents, if they've been happening for years, but we're only seeing it now because of social media, or are they simply happening now because of like what you were saying about the 6 things that we need and people are
Yeah.
just going a little bit crazy now, you know?
No, I think it's just that because Roger, think about him. You know, for example, QAnon started like basically taking advantage of those first 4 needs of the ego by filling people with some false certainty that this is an elaborate plan to take control of you, your guns, your money, your Bitcoin, and your fucking microchip fucking penis, whatever, dude. It's that fucking level of manipulation that if I saw someone that lacked, if I was a bad person, I'm gonna think like one too. If I saw someone that lacked the first 4 needs, dude, I would immediately. It's like fucking, like me and Roger used to sell fucking phones, man. That's what it's like. Like if we know someone is just it's like you're a predator, man. That's what you are.
It's
And
just there's
you
people
can do it
out
in different
there.
forms, man.
Yeah,
Virtually.
Well, I
you
think that there's a
can
lot.
do it
There's such a
physically.
there's another avenue to this that we haven't explored, and I think it's the sense of entitlement. And I think
Right.
Where does that come from? Where does that? Okay, with those first 4 needs, the sense of entitlement comes from where?
that's part of ego, I guess, but I don't know which
Yeah,
number.
but it's a third need, the need to feel significant, because there's a big fucking uncertainty problem there. That's what
Well, I
they're
think
like.
too that I mean, I can't speak for any other state, but I know that in California, it's massive. This whole sense of entitlement, and I mean, it even started decades ago. And what was the saying? It was like, "Fake it till you make it." Like,
Yeah.
that was the saying. Like we were entitled before being entitled was popular, and
Yeah.
so this whole, everybody is already, they need to have this sense of entitlement. That's why I need more followers on my Instagram, and I need more people to retweet me, and I need, all these people to take selfies with me or whatever it is. But like now when we go into a pandemic and everybody's shut down and a lot of people's careers are taken away, and maybe their sense of entitlement is like even lower now. So like people are going nuts now. People are going fucking crazy.
That's the third human need. That's the need for significance. They don't feel special. They don't feel useless. They feel useless. They don't feel that they are filling that void that was big in the first place.
There was a meme that I saw that I try to think about it daily. It was just like a chalkboard that somebody had wrote on a sandwich chalkboard that they put on the sidewalk in front of their establishment. And it said something to the effect of, the person that you're standing next to at any given moment could literally be holding on to their sanity by like with one finger. Like they're literally trying their best just to hold it together today, because we don't know what people are going through. So when you deal with people, lead with love or just try to someone might be
scary for people is love, bro. Love is scary.
Like that girl, the girl in the very first video that was getting on a plane. We don't know her situation. Maybe she was trying to go home and see her dad, who was in the hospital dying of COVID.
Exactly.
Shit, I might freak out too. So like we might look at the video and laugh at it because we don't know the context. But maybe if we do know the context of it, we'd be like, wow, maybe we should try to
react with the people behind the cell phone filming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, is it comical sometimes? Absolutely. When you give it more context, I think we can have more empathy to it.
Right.
I don't want to be the downer voice of reason.
It makes perfect sense. I mean,
this is funny, but fuck you guys.
Hey, her dad is dying, guys. She's a nice lady.
The reason why we're seeing more and more of this is because social media is just the big thing now. We see it happening, but most of this shit happened in the past 4 years. If you look at all this stuff, it's been more abundant, and it's something where people have been bottling it up for so long, and now they're letting it all out because they feel that they can do it, not because of in my opinion, it's because of our poor leadership, our poor influence from our leaders. I'm just going to say it, our current president, all the shit that he spouted, everything that he said, like I said, it literally divided us. And now all these people that are doing this crap are saying that, well, I have the right. I don't need to do what I don't need to listen to what you're saying. This is, I'm exempt. I'm all this other bullshit, and they start spouting all these other things, saying that it's okay for me to call my neighbor an asshole or just belittle the people that live across the street from me because they're a different race,
Absolutely.
So, and most of that shit you see captured on these videos is because of that. It's based off of, these emotions that most people have bottled up for so long because they just didn't want to say anything. We're too afraid of saying something. But now they have a venue that says, go ahead, if I'm doing this, you could do it. And
it's so crazy because it's a really bad toxic fucking recipe because they're they're harboring feelings of racism, of fucking prejudice, of fucking just sheer just tomfoolery, dude. And the minute someone say, hey, it's okay for you to call someone the N-word, it's okay for you to call someone this.
And the easiest solution to something like that is just to say, hi, what's up?
Yeah.
How are you? Or what are you into? Just to get to know, once you get to know their neighbors from across the street, you get to see that, okay, they're into this kind of stuff and this kind of stuff. And then you start to, create a bond. But there's just people out there that,
you know what I see fucking Trump supporters like, Roger? You want to know?
Like how?
I see them as I'm Donald Trump. I activated all these motherfuckers at Singular Wireless, and they're my fucking customers. Like that, dude. Like I'm getting my coverage, and I'm going to be bigger than all the networks. Like just seeing a strategy at the beginning, even before that. Like when I would watch the show The Apprentice, and I would see him, I'm like, okay, this guy's a master closer. He's a master manipulator. He's a master narcissist. You have to be a master narcissist to basically get a million people to fucking do what you tell them to do, bro.
Yeah.
It is he's like this, dude. But guess what? It happens with every single head of state, dude. They have, like, Barack Obama was a pimp at it, dude. George W. Bush, fucking flawless. He even coined the phrase nuclear. Dude, I still say that to this day on accident because I heard him repeatedly that was his dude. I noticed all the really small things in the psychology of fucking big leaders, dude, from ruling with a fucking iron fist to the democracy that we were supposed to have here, but we don't because it turned into a fucking marketing scheme, man. And it's a genius one at that because they're selling you Coke and Pepsi every 4 years, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still the same high fructose corn syrup that you're not supposed to be drinking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I see it. It's like when someone going to come around and said, hey, you can make your own soda at home and here's how, and it's a lot healthier. We're not going to get that, bro.
Right.
I just did. I bought a Soda Stream. I ended up buying this like syrup stuff that you put in it, and it's like way better for you. And it's but it's called Dr. Pete.
I got it right here, dude.
That's the best one. That.
So like
bastards, I haven't got on that train yet.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's good stuff, bro. Soda Stream, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't drank Coke in 3 years, so I'm proud of that. But I still drink like Sierra
You
Mint,
could definitely
Sprite.
get yourself a Soda Stream and have some Dr. Peter, like
Dr. Pete.
Peter. And it's healthy for you. It's a lot more healthy than that canned stuff you buy in the store.
It's good stuff.
But shall we keep watching more of this? Let's see what's.
Keep going. Let's look at this next one.
Oh my god, you got like 45 minutes of this.
No, I mean we're not gonna watch all this shit. Actually, matter of fact, we'll stop watching this for now because it's time for the newest segment of the podcast, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Soda Stream.
Wow.
Yes.
This segment, I was thinking about it. I'm like, what should I call it? You know, it has to be me in general. And I came up with the name and I'm like, okay, La Selección Namrok. What does that mean? It's
Is that Latin?
Curiosita.
Yeah, right.
La Selección means the selection of Namrok. And
right.
I use La Selección because the Mexican soccer team, that's what they're called for the national team, La Selección Mexicana.
Okay.
That's why, like, you know, the ones that play in the World Cup, those are the chosen ones. So I have my set of chosen ones in this segment, and I'm going to show you each video that I came up on the interwebs, and you're going to give me your reaction, only because I just want to see what you guys would do to each one, how you guys would react. But have you heard of the comedian Jimmy O Yang?
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
You
I think
ever
so.
heard of him at all? I found this. Obviously, I mean, I'm on TikTok. You guys could follow me, same fucking username. But the clips are either 15 seconds most of the time, or they're 30 to a minute. And I find his comedy to be fucking hilarious because one, he's an Asian comedian, and I get his jokes because growing up in SGV for my teenage years on this side of the fucking hill, this sounded all too familiar. So this is 32 seconds of a stand-up. So check this out.
My dad would take me to every practice, every tournament game, and he always tried to give me a pep talk before every game. But you know, Asian parents, they're way too honest. So every pep talk just turned into an insult. Like he'll come up to me and be like, Jimmy, you're going to play well, okay? Even though you're slow, even though you're weak, and you suck. And then he would just walk away.
Is that a laugh track?
No, that was him actually doing it live one night. It was like a special, I think either Comedy Central or something else. But that's very, very fucking I'm not gonna say it's not relatable to me, but when I worked in San Gabriel with all my Asian buddies, that's exactly how their dad is, dude. They're so like all brutally honest with the son and the daughter's kind of like, like they're trying to make the son hard and mold fucking cookie dough, mold them out of, carve them out of wood instead of fucking making them out of cookie dough and shit. So that's what the fuck. Look, another one. SodaStream is the best. God damn you guys, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We should get sponsored.
We're all ahead of the curve.
I got
Right.
three canisters.
I have
Wow.
two. One because I had to go get another one because I accidentally left the one that came with the SodaStream next to the stove. And when I was cooking breakfast, I was like, "What's that smell?" And all of a sudden now my SodaStream canister, it looks like a banana because it started to melt.
No.
But it's good though because like I tried it because I mean the integrity of that plastic has to be great because you're carbonating water inside it. So
Yeah.
So my wife is like, "Should we get another one?" I was like, "Well, let's just see if this one explodes." So we plugged it in.
Let's see if this one's exploding.
Even though it's like got the banana look now, and I was like,
man.
and I was like trying to.
You know they have an expiration date.
Now I do.
Wow. You're like, now I do.
like-
I read the manual.
They give you
So-
like 3 years with the bottle before you got to get a new.
Yeah, I
Oh, man.
So now I have two bottles. I have the banana bottle and the. It still works though. So now I've got Dr. Peter in one of them,
All
and-
the pun intended on that one, dude.
and then regular Dr. Peter's in one, and then I have.
Georgine said I was
SodaStream
gifted a SodaStream last Christmas. Haven't
You
touched
can
it. Still in the box. I gotta get it out.
Dude,
You know,
Just give it to
seriously,
me,
who is
Georgine. I'll
that?
take it.
You
My
can
homegirl
get,
Georgine,
the actual
my
sodas.
friend Bernice's sister.
Georgine? Yeah, you
Oh,
really need to. You
please.
got to go check it out.
Oh, wow.
They're great.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can
so this
buy
next-
like
this
the
next-
actual soda syrup in like Sam's Club too. Like
Wow.
You know,
big
I
old
used to
box
go
of
to.
Diet Coke
hmm
and use that. You
Oh,
just
I would-
gotta
I would go
put it
to,
with the carbonated water.
I was big on the carbonated water, so I would go to Trader
Yeah.
Joe's and I get all of the carbonated waters. But I figured, I'm like, man, this is a lot of plastic, and
Los felicito.
te felicito. And so I realized, you know, and I gotta give my wife a lot of props on this. She's really environmentally conscious. So she's like, babe, like you're getting a bunch of these, you know, look at all these plastic bottles that you're
Yeah.
getting, you know, let's just get the SodaStream. And I was like, you know, okay, whatever, we'll try it out. And as soon as I tried it, SodaStream's dope. It's badass.
Yeah,
And,
good.
but there is
Oh, SodaStream, if you're listening, we would like to get sponsored by you.
yes. And but
just
here's the
hitting
thing
us
though.
up. Yeah.
There's one carbonated water that I will still go out and buy, and it's you know what I'm talking about. It's the
Croy?
12 pack of Topo Chicos from.
Oh, Topo Chicos,
you
yeah.
can't. There's
Yeah.
not enough sprays I can put in to make it taste like Topo Chico.
Oh yeah. All right, so this next video found, I kind of thought of Whit on this one, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is kind of like I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And I wanted to hear exactly what it is, that the signs that you could be a genius. So check this kid out.
Here are some signs that you could actually be a genius. One of the first signs of you being a genius is if you overthink a lot. This is because your mind is constantly bouncing between different thoughts. This leads to you worrying and overthinking about everything.
That's the exact description of Whit and Roger.
That's why I have therapy.
That's so
You
fucking
lucky.
crazy.
That's why I'm talking to a therapist. Fuck.
Now,
Fuck.
if you talk to yourself, this will probably surprise you, but studies show people who actually talk to themselves have a higher intelligence. Next, if you can't sleep at night,
I always thought it's because I was an only child.
night. Their brains are
Yeah.
always so full of thoughts and always going, it's hard for them to sleep. Another sign is if you question yourself about everything, probably always questioning the smallest things, and it can go very deep. And finally,
Yeah.
forget simple things. A genius mind is always filled with thoughts and ideas, so you could be a bit scattered.
That is so
Wow.
fucking accurate. That's why I thought of you, Whit. I'm like, dude.
Like
You're-
everything he said is me. So
I was
apparently,
like, holy
Is that why my
shit,
short-term
that's
memory's fucked
exactly-
up?
apparently
What's
I'm a
that?
genius.
Is that why my short-term memory's fucked up?
Oh, dude, Roger's short-term memory is horrible, but he'll remember something from like 2002. And I'm like, dude, and me, I'm quite the contrary. I remember every little detail.
Yeah.
But lately, my short term has been really bad. I'm like, fuck, I can't even remember where I put my phone, dude. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know if a lot of people are going through that right now, but dude, right away when I saw that, I thought, I'm like, dude, this is Whit, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
Like everything he said, I was like, okay, that's me. It was like a checklist. Like I was just checking off.
I talk to myself.
Oh my
You
gosh,
do
I have
talk to
full on.
yourself?
See, here's the difference. Okay, I think a genius talks to himself. Crazy person answers. Like, so I don't answer myself, but I do talk to myself. Like when you start hearing answers, that's
he was
when
getting a prostate exam. Yeah, no, you know, I'm guilty of that too. Like I'll talk to myself, I'll scold myself for doing something clumsy, dude. Like dropping like milk on the table, or the tragic one for me, dude, is when I'm opening a beer bottle and I drop it on the floor, dude, and it breaks. It's glass. I immediately,
Wait,
I'm
this
like,
has happened more than once for you?
Yeah, but I mean,
don't answer that, Roger.
That's kind of normal. I mean, you would
This
react
happens a
to
lot?
something. But I'm just saying.
No, like that
Usually-
and just making stupid mistakes, little mistakes, like
do you
forgetting
tend- do you-
fucking clean the lint
do you-
fucking tray.
Do you tend to think out loud? Like, do you just spurt your thoughts out? Like,
Yeah,
you just talk
I
them
do.
out and you just like.
This
sit there.
podcast is my mind out loud, which is fucking crazy. And look
but
how
you're
late
talking to us.
we're up.
And we're responding to it. We're responding to your thoughts. But
You never have conversations in your head? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, this is my head. These would take place in my mind while I'm like watching a movie or something.
So you already know what I'm going to say.
What?
Like I'm just saying, you already had this conversation with us.
No, it
an
would
hour
be
ago.
different topics. It would be like it wouldn't be this exact topic that we're talking about. It would
No,
be
I
something
know
else.
what you mean. I know what you mean, but yeah.
And Alex said, as long as you don't talk to yourself when rubbing one out. Look at Whit. And then okay, this next video on La Selección Namrok, it made me think of me and Roger. And I don't know, maybe Whit went through this too during his short time in Pico, but this is the
How
meme,
come everything
right?
got to be short?
Because
I'm 5 foot.
Meme. It says me staying inside like the government said to, which is the current order. And these are your Hispanic neighbors.
It's probably Steel Rod playing over there.
But look at the meme, dude. It's so trippy. Like, what the fuck is that thing? What is that like drawing? Looks like something out of
dude laying down in his bed. He's like, fuck. And the neighbors are partying. There was another meme like that where the video was like, how come you?
my god.
I think, no, maybe it was just some guy venting or ranting, but he was saying, how come my Hispanic neighbors party for like 24 hours straight?
I saw that.
Is that the one you sent that one out, right?
I sent that one. No, I didn't send one out, but I shared it on Instagram because I was
Okay,
like,
I
dude,
saw
you need
that.
to
I'm
hear
like,
this one.
dude, because that's how we are. You know?
And this next video I found, this is kind of like oh shit, that escalated quickly and what could go wrong. So listen to this. You're a married man just like me. No, this is the reason why he's getting a divorce. Check this out.
So the reason why I'm getting a divorce, because when I woke up, it was my birthday. My wife didn't acknowledge my birthday. My son didn't acknowledge my birthday. I went to work. My coworkers didn't acknowledge my birthday. And my manager called me in and said, Mario. I said, fuck. I get in there and she said, happy birthday. I said, oh, thanks. Then she said, you want to get some lunch? And I was like, okay. And then she was like, you want to go back to my place? And I was like, all right. So I went back to her place and she was like, let me step in my room. I'll be right back. And she got back 5 minutes later and my kids, my co-workers, my wife was all there to say happy birthday with a cake. And I was on the couch butt naked.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I was screaming. I'm like, God damn.
It's gonna make me pee, dude.
That's awesome.
Like, oh, dude, that could be any man. Any fucking man. Like, that's thinking like, oh fuck, no one cares about me. Like my relationship is in shambles. And that could have been the very moment that made it all go away and you fucking, god damn. Georgine said, ain't no one gonna blow out his candle. Like I went away. So check this out. This next video I found. I wanted to show this to to Whit. This will be interesting for him to know, Roger. And crazy that Boris is actually tuned in because he'll get this one too, because he's Venezuelan. Roger and I are Mexican, but also Roger's half Salvadorian. We all have accents, believe it or not. All Mexicans, Latinos, Central Americans, South Americans, we all have accents. And they're very, very, very distinguishable. It's like how people speak English in the South, New Yorkers, Chicagoans, Floridians even have a fucking tone and delivery. Us Californians, of course. And like in California and NorCal, 2 worlds apart, dude, in the same fucking state. So weird. And all right, so Bodhi says, I've been married to a Mexican for 20 years. Okay, so you'll get this next segment on Selección Namrok. Selección.
You need to make that
this
up.
guy on cue Whit does, I think, 4 or 5 accents. And Roger, check this shit out. He's gonna do. I think he starts off with a Mexican accent, and then he goes on to everyone.
Mexican.
Órale, güey, ¿qué quieres que te diga?
No.
Anyway,
That sounds Mexican to me because the majority of the impersonations that come from Mexico are either very northern Mexican, or they're Chilango, which we say Chilango, but it's like city Mexican from the capital of Mexico City.
Yeah, but
That's what they sound like.
I know the difference.
That accent on point, that's perfect.
Okay, I get it. He got something, but it didn't really, it didn't trigger anything in me because of like, that doesn't sound Mexican to me.
hold on, let me hear it
I
again.
come from I come from a different part of Mexico.
Yeah,
My family does.
my mom is from and his mom is from. They're literally on different coasts.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My mom's from near the Atlantic. Not the Atlantic. I'm sorry, near the Pacific. Got my oceans fucking, and they're more by the Gulf.
My mom's Yucatan, so they have a whole different dialect there compared to like Chilango or
like it's like tone and delivery is so different with. And but check this out. He goes on to other
let's go.
nationalities. Check this out.
Colombian.
¿Qué va a pasar? ¿Dónde vamos? ¿Qué usted quiere? ¿Quiere una empanada? ¿Qué usted quiere?
Cuban.
¿Qué hola, papi? ¿A dónde vamos? Dime tú dónde vas. Si vamos con carro, te voy por allá por la...
It would have been more better with Chico.
Oh my god!
It would have been much better with Oye Chico.
You have to know Cubans personally to just get fuck, man. It's the equivalent of like what's the Cuban equivalent of an American tone? Roger, would you say?
Like
probably like probably
I'm,
New York. New York,
like more like Boston. No, I'm thinking more like Boston.
We talk like this. Or Bostonians, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like Boston because they have a more of like a tone with the slang.
Look at where you from? I say Venezuela and they say Minnesota. I didn't know they speak Spanish in Minnesota.
No. Next time when somebody asks you, just say it's South America, and then they're gonna say, "Well, where is that? Like Louisiana or Georgia?"
All right, let's see what else he's got.
Argentinian.
¿Usted qué quiere?
No, that's not Argentine. Come on.
All right, let's see.
Venezuelan.
Chamo, sos un peo por allá. Si yo no sé dónde salió eso, no lo sé.
It all sounds the same to me. I'm sorry.
Really, it does.
Maybe.
in the context of how, but you don't see the microaggressions and everything, like the way they use their hands, the way they pucker their lips.
I think maybe like hearing it through this, maybe because I can't really hear it too well. So
right. Like your wife, for example, she has a particular tone and delivery when I hear her speak Spanish, and I already know.
Oh, you should hear her when she's drunk too. It like the accent gets thicker.
Oh,
like,
I know how she sounds when she's drunk.
That's hilarious.
Very, very scary thing because drunken Mexican women, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, she's funny.
They're lionesses, bro, and it's funny to watch, but nonetheless.
Yeah, not when you're on the wrong side of that conversation.
Dude, you have to tell me and Roger, man. It's so fucking crazy.
It's again.
¿Qué lo que, manito? ¿Qué lo que? Vamos para allá. Si quieres, tú vamos para allá para tu casa. Tú me das yo me tomo lo que tú me digas.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, Dominican Spanish, Whit, is not moderate at all.
Okay.
Even us Spanish speakers were like, what? It's the equivalent of Boomhauer, dude, when he speaks on King of the Hill to me.
All right.
So, and then let's see he ends with Puerto Rican.
Yo soy the bad fucking R.
Sounds like Rod.
Here's the thing about Puerto Ricans. They're technically part of the U.S. because they are.
Yeah. Their territory, yeah.
They grew up, kind of American-ish too, but they're kind of the equivalent to me of Mexicans like me and Roger, born in California. That's basically what we are. We're kind of like the fucking Lou Diamond Phillips and Richie Valens of fucking of California. Like, you came from parents that obviously immigrated, right? And not always legally, of course. And then you get some culture, but at the same time you're growing up in the LAUSD or whatever other school district, and then that's how you intertwine.
You pick up all your culture and language from outside of your house, but you're still absorbing your heritage from your house, from your parents. So.
Did you know that when I first met Whit, Roger, he introduced himself as Weddle?
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, me too. Because, like, dude, like, even Whit thinks, like, I don't think he looks as Anglo as I would make him out to be.
Well, with this this ring light that I have, I look like a ghost. But I actually
mixed to me. Like,
I actually carry a decent tan most of the time.
Like, he looked very. I thought for a fact, I'm like, this guy's either. I kind of guessed it right now that I remember. I thought he was either like Greek, Italian, or some type of like Iberian, like where my ancestry is from, Iberia.
My dad's side is Greek.
So I'm like, because he doesn't look like a Saxon at all, dude. And
I'm a chameleon though, dude. Like, I mean, you look at me now, I've got like this hair, this beard, I've always been able to change my look pretty decently. But like, when I cut this beard, there was a really gorgeous white guy underneath this beard. I'm telling you. So the thing is, like, I got to grow the beard out like every couple of years and just keep people thinking, So, they get used to the beard and they're like, oh, look at this old dude, But then I cut the beard off and I look like I should be in a boy band. And
wow.
And that's how I stay on top.
So we're back to like the funny shit that I've been finding on the internet. You guys have seen those preachers that condemn COVID-19 and
that dude with the guitar?
Okay, so I'm gonna play this shit for you guys.
That's the greatest shit. That's the greatest shit.
And I'm like, God, I cannot stop watching this.
This is awesome. I love it.
Because we have...
In the name of Jesus. Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer, you get out, you break your power, you get off this nation. I demand judgment on you. I demand permission to come immediately.
The guitar changes.
I call you done. I call you doggone. You come down from your place of authority, destroyer.
Fuck
You
yeah,
come
dude.
down and you crawl.
Oh my
That
god,
was
dude.
great.
That's
That was
the most
great.
shit
Wow.
you've ever
That dude is
seen.
genius. Like genius.
Oh yes, it does, buddies. I saw that, and that was the most fucking demonic shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. It was amazing. I was like,
Oh, that was so
fuck.
good.
I mean, this guy has another one out, but I'm just like, God damn, that is fucking crazy. And all right, dude, shit's gonna get real now, man.
I demand. I was like,
Okay, so this is just another normal experiment in Russia. I
oh
don't
no.
know what he has, but it looks like he has something in his hand.
А сейчас мы проверим, действительно ли хлороформ усыпляет человека.
Oh, it's
как
chloroform.
Chloroform.
Не повторяйте этого дома. Вот.
Oh no.
What the shit?
Ну вот, видите, ничего.
What the?
Oh no, dude.
Well, that escalated quickly.
We need that for the Karens, dude.
Oh
That's for the
man.
Karens.
Oh my god, what do you think was gonna happen? Fucking Yaguslav? Come on.
That was awesome.
Bro.
Hey, can we watch that one more time?
You wanna watch it again?
I do want to watch it one more time.
This one's titled Just Another Normal Experiment in Russia. If that is the norm in Russia, bro, what the fuck, man? God damn, here we go. Here we go.
А сейчас мы проверим, действительно ли хлороформ
Yeah,
усыпляет человека.
chloroform.
Не повторяйте этого дома. Вот, смотрите.
Smells it.
Ну вот,
One,
видите, ничего.
2, 3.
This was just as good as that Russian. That
Oh
Russian
my
video
God,
was like,
dude.
oh yeah, this is a flashback. It's just like,
Oh,
I wonder how long he was out.
dude. Fucking buddies. Dude's like, yes. Oh man. And then, oh god, once I found that one, I was finding a few ones. I'm like, okay, I gotta show you these. So check this one out.
All right.
move your legs.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck, man? I was just down the rabbit hole and I found these. I was like, God, can this get much worse? And it does, man. It does. So,
Good times.
okay, number one rule at a fucking Mexican party is do not let the drunken fucking tios hit the fucking piñata, dude.
Oh.
Do not.
Wait,
That's
that's
a
the number
no-no.
one rule? I thought the first
Yes,
rule was to
don't
make
let
sure
the
that there's cream cheese and
Oh,
salsa.
No. Don't do it, especially after like beer number 11 and like 2 shots of fucking Don Julio and shit. So this guy decides to hit the Santa piñata. Look at it.
Mama said knock you out.
Boy just spilled beer. Oh my god. What happened to homeboy, dude? What the hell?
He got clogged in the head.
At what point did that happen?
Oh, he got clocked.
Oh my god, man. Why? Telling you don't, because shit like that will happen, man. It will fucking happen.
Show the what I just sent you.
Oh my god, dude, that is just wrong, man. That's a broken fucking orbital bone. So it's like, shit, man.
He's got like.
Oh Lord, that is just not good.
Well,
oh my god,
I mean, on the positive note, on that uncle is probably going to lose 20 to 30 pounds in the next 3 months with his jaw wired shut, so he can.
Fuck, man. God damn it, Roger, I can't share it because it's an MOV.
Oh God, forget it.
Yeah. All right. So okay, so this one is oh god damn, dude. All right. Do you ever watch those videos that kind of leave you anxious? Like, whoa, 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 and then fucking shit happens?
Right.
That's like every video in my life. Oh, stop. Just he's gonna hit his nuts, he's gonna fall, he's gonna break his leg. Oh, come on.
He's got it.
Oh, something bad's gonna happen right now. You know what freaks me out about those videos, especially like the skateboarding videos or those videos? I can't stand. I think I was traumatized as a child. No, maybe not a child. When I was about 21, I was working at an elementary school in Pasadena, and I was teaching music in an after-school program. And long story short, this little girl fell off of the jungle gym and she broke her arm. And it hurt, like she was laying down, and I walked over and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm hurt." And I said, "Oh, what's wrong?" I walked over, and her arm was in the shape of an S. Like,
oh no.
Yeah, it was broken in like 4 spots. I don't know how she did it, but that traumatized me. Like, I
can imagine
seeing that.
Like,
so whenever I see videos like this, I always think they're gonna fall and a leg is gonna, snap or go backwards or something. So I can laugh at that. That's just fucking hilarious. But the anxious, the anxiety for me is like in videos like that. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna land and his knee's gonna go backwards or something. Oh.
All right, I got one more and that's it, because I'm like, I was getting flooded with them after fucking searching one video, and the algorithm just fucking traps you, bro. So I had to stop.
Is this some damn shit?
This
oh no. Oh no. Can't she realize that it's like it's offset? Oh, you did that on purpose? Oh, what are you? Holy shit.
Oh. That's all right. It's just your liver. You're okay. Oh, your tits. All right, never mind. You gonna try again? Oh.
Fuck. Dude, what the fuck?
No, that hurt. Oh.
Let me see if I can freeze it the moment she realized she fucked up.
It was at this point she knew she fucked up.
The minute that left leg goes out, look at. Oh Lord. What is happening here, dude?
It's right there.
Right there.
That's where the Jenga tower falls.
No, man, no. Oh,
she bounced. She fucking bounced.
Shit. Oh, she landed on her shoulder too. Oh no.
Poor girl.
Okay, first and foremost, okay, fucking Yogi, we get it. You vape. Why are you trying to do that, man? God damn it, man. That is so that concludes La Selección.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Namrok, La
conclusion.
La Selección. And we've reached hour 2 of the podcast. Do you guys have anything you guys would like to say to the United States of America during this current state of don't do shit, stay home, don't go anywhere, and wash your balls, but fucking shop at Walmart?
Yeah, right. Just hang in there. That's all I can say. Just hang in there. See how it goes.
I will say this though. I will be shameless with promotion and marketing. Be sure you the 5 Foot Viking
Yes.
podcast,
Thank you, brother.
simply because I told you so, and it's going to be an awesome fucking. I'm not even going to call it a podcast. I'm going to treat it as a show because the format that you have it in. I'm
It's
just
gonna
like,
be- it's gonna-
okay.
I don't even know. I think we're just gonna figure it out as we go. But I know I have the first 2 episodes fairly thought out, as far as what we're gonna talk about. I really just want to, I want to learn something new. I want to talk with people that are professionals in fields that I want to learn about. You know, real estate. I have a pro surfer. That I'm curious. I have a friend of mine. She's a doctor, and like she's I don't know if she's a therapist, but I met her in Cuba, and she was just recently on the Dr. Phil show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as a consultant, she was on the Dr. Phil show as a guest to analyze something or talk or give insight. She's incredible, and I haven't reached out to her yet, but I do want to reach out to her and have her on about some things. But like, there's I want to have some people on that we can just talk for just a little bit of time, dive right into some stuff, and just have some fun with it. So thanks for the promotion, man. I really appreciate
Of course, anytime. And the rest of the world, the rest of apparently I have a 600% increase in my podcast viewing on Spotify because the majority of my insights are audio on the app. I had a 600% increase in Australia.
Wow.
That's massive. I had no idea because I have my my insights from my Spotify Warped 2020, the 2020 Warp that it basically summarizes what your top playlists, your top artists, whatever. But I have a podcast. This podcast is on Spotify, and thanks to a couple episodes, especially the Steel Rod one, the one that me and Roger and shout out to our buddy Devin did with a 90s kind of throw. I want to do with Whit eventually too. We basically re-reviewed Seven from is it David Fincher?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I watched that one.
And Ace Ventura, the first one. We watched the original trailers back when they debuted in the 90s, and we just talked about like the movie itself, like how you deciphered it back then, and then how we interpret it now. And it's kind of timeless because you feel the same. Like, there's a lot of lunacy in the movie Seven, and then there's still a lot of comical fucking jargon that we still use to this day from Ace Ventura. So we gotta talk about what films that, because I know you're not that much older than we are. I'm aging myself again, guys, but I'll be 40 in February, and Roger will be 40 in March.
Yeah. And I just turned 42.
42nd birthday at the first week of Decades, in is it Anaheim? Yeah. So another shameless promotion. These guys, what I mean by these guys, it's Steel Rod. Fuck yeah. They are at Decades Bar and Grill in Anaheim.
Every Wednesday night.
Yeah, 5 South exit. I think it's State College. Right?
I go 5 north from where I'm going. I go 5 north. I get off on Harbor.
Harbor, yeah. 5 freeway, Harbor exit. It's like literally right there, and like it's like a promenade or whatever it is.
It's a cool little spot, and it's one of the only places that's actually staying open with and has the capability to stay open with live entertainment. So we have a stage that's literally like just inside. People still are outside, and we play from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
So here's what I was going to ask you, because I'm looking at my calendar. You guys will be there this Wednesday, the 9th.
Yes.
Is that correct? The 16th?
Yes.
Will you guys be there the 23rd before?
I believe so. I mean, if everything goes well, yes.
Because guess what? My vacation starts the week of that Monday, the 14th. So I will be there for sure.
Nice.
That Wednesday.
You definitely have to bring a mask.
Yeah. We'll go.
So for all you anti-maskers out there, I apologize. I know it's uncomfortable, but this is the only way that we can go back to work and stay relevant and check my ego.
Make
Because apparently that's
make
important.
your own.
Just make your own mask. And but yeah, you got to bring a mask, and it's 21 and over, and we play from 6 to 9.
And the standard dress code is Mortal Kombat style. It's
Yes.
a total norm. You could come as Sub-Zero, fucking Scorpion, Melina, whatever you want.
You
just
get
be
extra
sure-
bonus points if you dress up as Conan the Barbarian.
Oh shit, Conan, motherfucking Conan.
I don't know.
Motherfucking Conan.
Good times.
But nonetheless, thank you again, guys, for being on.
That should be your next movie review.
We're gonna do a next Conan. We're gonna do Conan. You go see Steel Rod. If you don't see Steel Rod on Wednesdays in Anaheim, and they speak Spanish too. Spanish.
All right.
So, all right, man. Thanks for being on. We'll see you guys next time. And remember, wash your balls, wear a mask, shop at Walmart.